This is an orthokeratology case where the patient's getting incomplete treatment. And if we look at the posterior topography, we can see that we don't have very good alignment in the periphery. So that could be either a lens that doesn't have enough sagittal depth, or it could also be a lens that's moving around a lot. If this is a patient where you think a corneal scleral would be a good option, that will take care of this problem. If it's a patient where you think corneal sclerals would be difficult, then what I'd recommend doing is increasing the sag of the lens. So if we bring up the lens, we can see with a pretty normal looking ortho K lens, and we just want to increase sagittal depth. The other thing I would look into is whether you have any good on-eye fluorescein patterns with the newest lens. If it looks like there's a lot of central bearing, then increasing the sagittal depth will probably help. If it looks like there is a little bit of central pooling of fluorescein already, then we obviously don't want to make the lens too much taller, because then we'll not get sufficient correction of the patient's refractive error, or maybe even start getting some central islands. So if it is a case where the lens is just too shallow, easiest thing to do is very simply in 100% mode, just click down here, and this will bring down the periphery of the lens. So here we had started at 2311, we're about 20 microns taller, and it'll look like we have excessive central clearance. But if this is a lens that just isn't reaching the periphery very well, then we actually won't have this much clearance. Looking at the eccentricities, it's a little bit low in both eyes, and so that means this cornea will be, it's a little bit steeper. It kind of slopes down from the apex farther out into the periphery instead of flattening out. And if it is this cornea that slopes down more, then we do want a slightly taller lens, or a lens with higher increased sagittal depth. So either switching the patient to corneal scleral to really keep that lens very, very still, or increasing sagittal depth. I would make that decision hinge on whether or not you feel the patient would be comfortable corneal sclerals, and then also any fluorescein information you might have with observation of the lens on the eye. So hopefully that helps. I think we can keep the topo demand the same. This looks like it's under correction due to fit of the lens as opposed to topo demand. So hopefully that's helpful. Best of luck with your patient, and thanks for watching.